It is time to start learning about how to do your keyword research. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use some free tools and a couple of paid tools that will keep you on the very low end of this. So this means you will not have to buy SEMrush or Ahrefs. You can use the free version of Ahrefs for some of your searching, but it doesn't do very well, especially in really niche areas and especially in real estate. So today we're going to do some keyword research on real estate topics that will not show up on a lot of the things that you're going to want to dominate for. So with real estate, we've got to go really long tail. And remember, we need to first do a topical, we need to have topical authority. So the name of the website is Utah Valley Homes for Sale. Okay. We will never rank #1 for that. And I'll show you why in a little bit. But that still has to be the overarching, and we're still going to have to write about that, even though we're never going to rank for it because we have to have topical relevance. So now we also have to create a silo structure, but we don't know what that's even going to look like yet. So we're going to do some research using Google Keyword Planner. So just go to your google.com and type in Keyword Planner, and the very first one that comes up will be the one that's owned by Google, which is the one we want to do. The next one that we're going to, so then we're going to click on that, and it's going to look like this. The next screen, let me get out of the other one so I don't go back to it. So this is going to be the next screen that you see. Then it's going to say go to Keyword Planner. And after that, you will come to a place for you to log in. And I already logged in. And so now you have this Keyword Planner. Now you're logged in into the Keyword Planner, and you're going to click on Discover New Keywords. So I'm going to click on that, and oops, and this is what you will find. So now we're at this screen. What I'm going to do is I'm also going to be having, and I already did this already, I'm going to be having a Google Sheet already done where I have my virtual assistants do all this for me. So I am not a pro at Google Sheets at all or Excel or anything. I have specific people on my team that take care of all this. But for the purpose of the video, I'm just showing you a very, very basic. This is going, of course, I don't have anything written on this. I don't have it all formulated like you need to or anything like that. So on my sheet #1, I did a lot of research already on topical relevance of using and doing a cluster. So my cluster, and we'll go through that in a little bit, but let's first start with a general overview. And let's look in Keyword Planner for opportunities. So when I'm in the Google Keyword Planner, the first thing I did was I typed Utah County homes for sale. Okay, and then I'm just going to, and it says add another one, so I'm going to put Utah Valley homes for sale because they're kind of interchangeable here. So that's return there. And then I'm going to click here and it says get results. And this is totally free. You do need to set up an account, but this is a totally free planner for you. A lot of people tell you not to use this, but this is using in conjunction with People Also Ask, the AI tools and everything like that. But this is where you're going to kind of learn how to, especially if you're a beginner. Let's say you don't have a lot of intuition about your keywords. I already know what mine are going to be basically, so it's very easy for me, but it may not be for you. So what we're going to do is you see how these are ranked medium, low, and all this kind of stuff, right? So I'm going to click on this word competition. So that way it'll see it starts with my high. I don't want that. So I'm going to switch that and have it start with low. So these are perfect ones if I want it to go after FSBOs, which I don't. So I'm not going to go through that. I don't work in West Valley, so I don't want those. Cache County is in a different county, so that's not going to be applicable. So my first one that I like is this Utah County new houses. So I'm going to highlight that. I'm going to just Control C on that. I'm going to go back to and you'll see that I put it right there. Okay. The next one is We're going to go through these, and I'm not going to do this one. How this one is a good one. Homes for sale in Utah County with 2 kitchens. This is a really good one. It doesn't have a lot of search on it, and no one's competing for it. So I knew that I can write an article about this, and I can be up there, and I can beat Zillow and Realtor.com with a comprehensive article. I don't want to do bank owned or rent to own or foreclosures, so I'm skipping all of those. And here we go with one that says Utah homes for sale, Utah County. So I'd have to think about some kind of way to spin that to make it sound human. So I put that on my list. These are not in my area. Multi-family homes for sale in Utah County. That's a really good one, and it has low competition. So I'm going to go through and look at all these low competition keywords, and they're all low on this page. So I'm just going to go through every one of these, which is what I did already. And I went through 100 of them, and out of those 100, I was able to choose go up to 12 of them. Okay, no, actually it stopped right here. So 11. So out of those 100, only 11 were worthwhile for me to write about. Then what we did was I went to the next page, and you will see that the medium starts coming in. You see this? And so this is where I started to see the townhomes for sale, the homes for sale in Provo, UT, perfect for me. And so I started going through this list. And then I made the video for you. So I'm making the video for you. So I found 3 on the medium list so far, which I am going to write about, but we're first going to cover all of these. So this is one of the ways that you start it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take some of these, and we're going to use some tools that we have to work on these. So the next thing is using the Harper AI on the free SEO extension that we get to have onto Google. Now, this one here, Utah Homes for Sale with Mother-in-Law Apartment, was a really good, but I didn't want Utah. I don't want all of Utah. So Utah County Homes for Sale with Mother-in-Law Apartment, that's a really good one that I really liked. So this will also, so what I did was I also found, used some AI tools to discover if they were informational or if they were, I think they're almost all informational, are they? I think I might have, do I have a transactional? No, they're all informational posts. So those are fine to use, but these can all be, I need to then figure out, well, is this going to be something that I can work on with just one article, maybe a pillar post, and then these as subtopics? That's something else we need to figure out. This one here, so now this is a cluster topics. So this one cluster is about mother-in-law apartments, right? And then you're going to, within that, we would have Utah homes with separate suite, Utah homes with separate entrance. But again, remember, let's go here and see what Google Keyword Planner said. Homes for sale in Utah with 2 kitchens. So now I have to decide, do I want to write a article the title is Homes for Sale in Utah County with 2 kitchens? Or do I, and then just have that be a standalone? Should I write one multifamily homes for sale in Utah County and then have these ones all as part of that? But I don't think so. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to go to Google to figure this out. I am going to take this one here, Utah homes with Utah homes for sale with mother-in-law apartment. So what I'm going to do here, let me move my window. I am going to go open up a new window. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go to Google Incognito window. Go to google.com, and then I'm going to, didn't do that for me. Okay, then I'm going to go homes for sale. Oh, what was it again? Hold on, I'm sorry. Let's go to this page here. homes for sale, multifamily homes. Let's just copy this one and we'll go here and put this in right there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to click on to see what happens here. First thing that we see is the sponsored, so we're not going to pay attention to them. And then the first organic is realtor.com, which is extremely difficult to beat. I mean, we're not going to be able to, or either is with Zillow. But now we could beat them if we create a pillar post with a ton of valuable information. We have Redfin, Century 21, and then we have these people also ask. And this is not a good one. So what states have the most multifamily homes? That doesn't do me any good. So we're not going to write about that. And then what cities in Utah what cities are in Utah County? Now this is another article. So what I'm going to take is I'm going to take this. This would be an article I would write. So I'm going to add this, just push it down here, probably to 20, and put that in there because that's definitely an answer target article, a listicle that I would like to write. So let's go back. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's go back to Google Incognito. And then is Utah County a good place to live? What is the new city in Utah County? So this one is a good one to write. And then you can keep going down and getting these people also ask. So how much of Utah County is Mormon? What is the richest neighborhood in Utah County? What is the most expensive county in Utah? And that's not going to help me out at all because we don't need the whole state of Utah. So there's a new little area just got made. So there's a lot of these that people are asking, and those would be interesting articles to write. Let's go down, but none of them pertain to multifamily homes for sale, do they? So now we have homes.com point two. Now I know I can beat this one. I know I can beat point two. They're an old site. They've been around forever, but they're just never really kept up with SEO value. So I know I can beat them. I know I can beat Trulia. I know I can beat Property Shark. Utah Realty Group, I'm pretty sure I could beat them. KSL News will be tough, but if I can, they will not matter if I can take over one of, if I can get to number 7, I know I can work my way up to the top. So that's something that, and then these are sponsored. And then we have some more people also ask again. And then we have some more sponsored. Then we have related searches. So this one is for Salt Lake City, which I might write later on, but it wouldn't be something I would want to write right now. I don't want the by owner. Duplex for sale in Utah County might be okay. So you see how you're just kind of searching through these. And we're going to pick, I still haven't found one that we can actually really work on. Let me go up here to Visionary Homes. All right, let's take this one because I'm pretty sure I could beat them. And we're going to click on that to see which one. So this is the one that comes up. And we're going to look at this really quickly to see, and we're trying to judge. It says the title is Top 10 Reasons to Live in Utah County, written in 2022. Now, a little tip I'll give you is it should say top 10 reasons to live in Utah County in 2022. And then every January you change the year. So it talks about nature, outdoor recreation. So it doesn't talk about the topic at all that I want to talk about. So I'm not sure if even, I'm not even sure if, this is interesting because I'm not even sure if I'm going to get Harpa AI to be able to even help me on this one. But let's go ahead and click this. We'll save this. We're going to come in here, write a new one here, go back to that article, and then I'm going to click on my Harpa AI. And I'm going to do my analysis of this page. So I'm going to go to, I'm on Harpa AI, and it's free. It's a free tool you can use. And I am going to extract keywords from a competitor's article, performing keyword research, find keyword density, and LSI. So I'm going to do that. And here we just click on yes, because it's going to just do this one here. And look, it has nothing so far. Yep. So this page should not even be ranking for, there's no keywords that have anything to do with multifamily homes for sale. So that's really good. Let's go back to our incognito window. Let's go back here. So that means for sure I know that I can take over that spot, which was, where was that? Down here. Edge home. No, that was not it. Well, we saw it, right? So it was pretty far down, maybe. So that one, wherever it was, we know for sure we can take over that spot. So let's go up here and do another one. Let's skip the sponsored. And let's pick, actually, let's pick this Century 21 and see what this one says. This one is just, actually, it doesn't look like there's any content. So I can't even get in here to accept the, see, like it doesn't even let me accept the cookies on their site. That's kind of annoying. All right, so let's go to this. We're going to grab that. Let's go over here. This one we can get rid of because it was trash. And then let's go here and put this article in. And now I'm going to click on my Harpa AI. I'm going to do the same thing again. Let's find our keyword. Extract keywords. Let's see what happens here. All right, so it has investment property. We don't, well, yeah, that would be good to talk about that, but duplex for sale. See how they have the duplex for sale, and they have triplexes, multifamily homes. Then they have Utah County multifamily, and they have multifamily property, duplex for sale. And so we want to grab some of these. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the duplex for sale. I'm going to add that because I know I need that on my list. So I'm going to come over here, and we are going to just go down here, and let me take this one here. And I'm going to have my VAs clean it all up for me and tell them what to do. But so in here, I'm going to just do this just for now, okay? Oops, sorry. And that was duplex. What was it again? Duplex for sale. So we'll add that. Then we will add multifamily property. Okay, so we need multifamily property. We need to add that to our list. That's going to have to be in that article. And was there something else in here? Duplex for sale, real estate rental income property. It's going to be kind of tough to do that, but what we can do is take these triplexes. This would be a good one to use in that same article. So we're going to put that here, and I am going to see if I can drop this. Not sure I know how to do that. So I'm going to see if I can't. There we go. Nope, I can't. So I'm going to take this one out. And this is another keyword that I'm going to have to use. So I'm going to copy that there, put that here, delete this. So these are going to be LSI keywords that I want to add to my, oops, sorry, oops, that was not good. Okay, so now we're going to go back to that and see if there's anything else. And here, I like this income generating property. is going to be a good one because that's what people are looking for this for. That would be a standalone article, but I think adding it into here as an LSI would be just fine. Won't hurt us in any way. And a little bit of cannibalization is not going to hurt you anyway, so I don't really care about that. And then maybe we will add this real estate rental property. So in our area, realtors don't do rentals, so we don't want to do a lot of, but people who want to buy um, properties in order to rent them, that's a different story, right? So now we've got this multi-family homes for sale in Utah County, and then these are going to be our subheaders in that article. And then what we're going to do is we are going to, that's going to be one of the articles. So let's go ahead and go back out of this one and just check. Okay, why isn't it letting me go back? Okay, there we go. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Alrighty. Let's see if we can get back. No, it's not letting me go back. Oh, because we did the search in here. All right, so we did it in incognito. All right, so then that's number 4. So let's just, hey, be brave. And let's go on Zillow, get the Zillow one and see what they're pulling in for there. Now, they do a lot of back-end SEO. So we'll go here and put that Zillow article in here. Super, super hard to beat Zillow. But let's go ahead and do our Harpa AI real quick here and see what it comes up with. All right, so we'll wait to see what it says here. All right, so it has all of these words, which we're going to have in our other articles. And it's not going to help us to beat this. This is why you can't just use AI tools. You have to use your intuition, and not just that, but you're also going to have to use a multiple of tools because it's really hard to find the keywords that you're going to be able to rank for on a real estate website because of the way that keyword tools and AIs look at real estate. So it's just a little bit more difficult. We have we have this triplex properties. So what I'm going to do now, this gave me a little hint here. So we're going to go over here because Google's going to think it's the same thing. So that's okay. Triplex properties. And we're going to add the word properties. So we did find that to use. But it's not using any keywords. They're just ranking number 1 because Google loves them. So what to do, right? All right, we'll close out of that one. Let's go. And so this is giving us a really good first article that we want to write. And do you see how it takes a little bit of time to do these things? It's not as simple as, you know, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not as simple as people like try to make it out to be. You're going to really fail if you just write the content the way that maybe SEMrush and these other companies tell you to write it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take all of these, and hopefully I can copy these, and we're going to go into Chat GPT, and I'm going to go into Chat GPT 4. Now, with the Chat GPT 4, they do limit the number of tokens you can use, and tokens are kind of equal to characters. So sometimes that can be a little hard when you're using really good prompting. And I'm not going to use really good prompting for tonight's lesson, for today's lesson. I'm just going to give you like an overview, and then I'm going to do another video on how to really go deep on the prompting. But so here I act as though you are a real estate agent writing blog articles on your website. And then I'll put, I don't have anything on it. Hey, please make sure you adhere to the United States. Oh no, we're just doing an overview. We don't need to worry about fair housing for this part. So I'm just going to, please use the following keywords to create an outline for a blog article with the title of, and I'm going to get my title that I want, which is going to be this multifamily homes for sale in Utah County. Oh, where is my here it is. These following keywords should also be structured into subheadings. Okay. And then I'm going to get, oh, I have to go do that again. I erased my copy. So let's go here and just copy these here. And we will put those in here. See if they will go in here. See if it'll copy correctly there. Very good. And now we're going to just let it generate real estate rental property. And then we're just going to let it go. This is pretty good. So it's putting in all the keywords, see? And that's what I want. So I never do a conclusion. That's something that I teach in my SEO courses and we don't use those. But this is a really good outline, and everybody always uses these conclusions, and we just don't use them because that's where you put your interlinking, and that's where you get people to stay on your page. But I really, really like this whole outline here. And then at the same time, what it doesn't do, so if you look at this, so what it doesn't do is it doesn't give me the information about the homes for sale because that's all gated. So that's in our MLS. Zillow does have it, but the AI still can't read that. If you noticed, when we asked HARPA AI to extract the information, they couldn't extract the listings, right? So they couldn't extract the real estate listings. So that is something that you're going to have to, if you're a real estate agent or if you're in insurance, dentistry, lawyers, a lot of that information is gated. So AI is not going to be able to help you with that part. You're still going to have to do that part yourself. But you can feed ChatGPT and AIs. You can feed it that information and have it rewrite it and make it better for you than what the MLS shows and different things like that. And then you can embed those listings through your IDX and permission from other realtors that are allowing you to promote their listings on your website. But if you add an IDX plugin into your website, then it's very easy to and have those embedded. But I would say to really write deep and a lot about those and not just embed the properties. So this is a great first article, and I believe that I'm going to do this as my first article. Now, before you start writing, so then what I'm going to do here is I also want to go and do one other thing, and I'm going to take this and compare it in another system that I use that's very inexpensive. So I use this, and I am an affiliate of Neuronwriter, and I love this. It's a very, very good writer. And so here I had a Utah County homes for sale. I already started this with this a topic, but let's go back and let me go back to, let me see here. Let's see if I can go back to I don't want my content editor. I want my projects. I might not be able to see them because I'm inside. and you pay by credit. So you pay as you go. Um, I use very little. So anyway, I go back here. Let me see. So you can go into right into Google. There's just so much this can do, which I really, really like. But let's go ahead and let me just go back and see if, okay, so there's one there. Let's do a new query. And this one we're going to do, what did I say it was? It's this one here. So we're going to do this query here, and I'm going to show you something really cool about that I really like about Neuronwriter. So I'm going to add I would like to rank for this term, and I want them to start. So it takes a minute, but here it is right here. And it's the content relevance. It hasn't done it yet for me, but let's just click on this. And it's analyzing the keyword. This is way less expensive than a lot of the AI SEO kind of tools. The other one I like to use, which is expensive, is Content at Scale. But I like Neuronwriter. It does a lot in here where I have a lot of control over what is being written. So with Content at Scale, it's awesome because it does everything for you, but then you have to go in and rewrite different things because it's a little, I don't know how to explain it, but I'm still testing it out. So far, I am really happy with the way that you write with Content at Scale, but I haven't been happy with the grade levels. So they write too high of a grade level, and so I'm trying to work on that right now. But in Neuronwriter, I typically don't have that much. So this is telling me, so now I have my competitors here. So this is the same thing, so much less money than if you paid for SEMrush or Ahrefs or one of those big companies. It's doing the same exact thing. Like, how can I, like, it's great. So if you see here, Realtor.com, Zillow, just like we saw, Redfin, Century, remember that? We saw all of these same exact sites pull up. So we know this was done correctly because we did it ourselves manually on Google. And then their content score. So even with Zillow, I would have to beat a content score of 40, and I bet you $100 I can do that easily. I can beat this one at 41, and definitely I can beat the 20, right? I can beat the 20 and 21. What did Point Two Agent? Oh, they had a 69, which is pretty high. I can beat the 49, the 52. It's going to be just really hard to beat Redfin for this topic. But it's funny that Point Two Agent is that high when I just told you that I can beat them all the time. So this is very, very interesting. Um, but we want to beat the top one. So we're going to click on next. And now it's going to, this is really, really cool. This is showing you, you have the best competitor is a 75. So I have to have, in order to beat them, I have to have top one in Google is a 57, the medium was a 50, but for some reason, the top article was 75, even though they didn't have the top spot. So every time you're writing, if you write it yourself or you use the AI to write, this will start to change and it'll show you how much you need to write. And it gives you the keywords that you need to put in here. See, all the keywords that they gathered from those. And you want to come through here and you want to come and delete these. So the ones that you don't need, we don't need listing. So, oops. Oh, I forgot how to. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that I could just click it and it wouldn't be on there. So these I'm going to have all in here, but I don't think I want to have American Fork in there. As you're writing, these will show up and tell you how many more you need to write. So there's a lot of these things that we don't need, like we don't need white cabinets. So we don't need this at all. We want to exclude from suggestions. So that's how you do that. Starting point, we don't need that. We will exclude from suggestions. So we can go through and exclude things that we don't need to talk about, or so that our score will go higher when we're writing this article. So we don't need listings. That's another thing that's really doesn't matter. So we'll get rid of that. And we don't need Salt Lake because we're not in Salt Lake, so we'll exclude that. And then we'll just start going through all of these. We don't need broker. So we'll see all of these and get rid of a lot of these key. So SEMrush and Ahrefs do the same thing. They pick things that are not really keywords. Wasatch Front, we don't need that either. So they do this a lot with the same thing, the same issue, because that's just where they're probably pulling it from. A lot of these we don't need in there. They're not going to have, we don't need to rank for ceiling. We don't need to rank for downstairs. See, we don't need to rank for farmer's market. Those have nothing to do with the topic and doesn't have anything to do with ranking. So I don't have to worry about these. And if they happen to get in there by accident, not a big deal either. So I would continue to do this, right? Now, what we can do is we can click on AI writing here and see all these choices we have. And let's just say we want to have blog ideas or article topic ideas. Okay, so if we do on article topic ideas or an article outline. So let's just see what happens if we click on. And does it let me do it? Yep. So let's just go and see what they do for us here. So remember in ChatGPT, now this one has a lot more. See how many more things that they have here. This is very interesting. So what I would do is I would look at this list and then I would compare it. I would put it all in a Google document and then I would come and put all of these in there. All of these ones, right? And use that along with this, along with this list, okay? And have all that going on. And then I would decide which, now see how my score went already to 11 by adding all of these headers in there, well, the outline. That's what that does. And we need to also, the other really cool thing about Neuronwriter is it tells you here how many words we need. Okay, so the top 10 have 1,166 words. The top URL selected for 30 of them have 1,992 words. They're recommending that I have 1,166 words. I would feel more comfortable with a little bit longer of an article, probably around 1,800 to 2,000 words is what I would want to have on this article. So then you would go through and you need to make sure that you're double checking everything and making sure all of these words are obeying the fair housing rules and things like that. This has a lot to do. This one decided to go a lot with financing, whereas the ChatGPT was more, I think it was more relationable to the people that are going to be interested in buying the duplexes, etc. And again, we can take these and then create. You can also come back here and generate titles, ideas. So here's like questions to answer. So here, let's do, if we click on the questions to answer, these are all the ones from people also ask. How about that? So this is really cool. Now the tiny houses I would avoid because I'm going to write a different article on that. And then, are there any multifamily homes for sale near me? Great. To add to this, how many multifamily homes are available? That's really good. How much do they cost? Is a duplex a multifamily home? Is a duplex a single family home? Looking for multifamily homes. Should I choose a duplex or a multifamily home as a real estate investment? What is a multifamily home? What is a duplex house? These are incredible to use as the questions because you want to write questions so that you can get that answer target from Google. So I would copy all of these and I would just come and add them. I don't think I have. No, that's for another article. Well, actually, I could just come in here. We can have my VAs fix it all later. Um, but I could actually just put them all in here. You see, like that. This is awesome. So now I have some more that I want to pick. Then I would go over here probably and I would grab some of these keywords here if there's any missing from my list, which I don't. I think it pretty much covered it all since I asked ChatGPT to cover all that. But do you see how cool this is with the question people also ask? So the other thing is the other thing we can do here as well is I can uh, go to the H1s to see what the competitors used as H1 tags. So the H1 is the title, right? And we only want one. We don't want all of these. So we definitely are not going to be probably competing on that because we really want to dominate for the keyword multifamily homes for sale in Utah County. Then what we're going to do is we'll go over here to Neuronwriter. And so I don't like those, so I'm not going to pick those. But how about H2s? Let's see what they're doing. These are nice. And a lot of these are those questions we already answered. So that would be fine. But then here, more real estate resources. Oh my gosh, this is amazing because I could really push us as the resources. Again, this is the headline that we want. So that's going to be our H1. We don't want to do Redfin, their competitor. And these subheadings, we really don't want this one that has nothing to do with it. Here it says there's 26 multifamily homes for sale. That's because of they couldn't get any more past the gate than that. So you would just look for all of these and see if they fit. This is really, really a great information here. And they have even more information here for us to get. And then you can look on YouTube to see, and then you can click on free stock images to use, which I use my own images. So anyway, this is a great product. My link to this, my affiliate link is in the description area, Neuronwriter. If you're using ChatGPT, I do advise you to use the paid version, which I do, or just use the playground and pay by token, which is they're lowering the cost. And the new ChatGPT that they're launching is going to cost less tokens to use as well, so we can do nice longer prompting. But the prompting is where we're going to get really, really good with this. But this Neuronwriter is really, really strong. I really like it. I highly recommend it. I use it and I love using it along with I use them in tandem together, ChatGPT 4 and then also with Neuronwriter. Now ChatGPT 4 is slower than ChatGPT 3.5, but it gives you better output. So please like this video. Leave me a comment with your questions. We're going to go on to the next phase of doing the writing and everything like that in the next video. You're going to want to set your notifications so you don't miss any in this SEO series. Now, if you're just starting your website, no matter what niche you're in, you can go through my series that starts at 101 of building a website from start to finish. That one, you can take that series. It's ongoing. This is series 200, which is all about SEO, doing your content for your website. And we'll keep going until you have no more questions of me. But as long as you're having questions of me, please just leave your comments. I'll always create a video on something that you need to learn about dominating on Google for your content. The other thing that I wanted to mention before I leave you tonight is that I also have very important videos about Google's YMYL, EAT, EEAT, your about pages, why those are so important, and then ways in which to use AI. Just look for those on my channel. And then a really important one about using images from companies that even say you can use their images. It's a copyright video that I did. Please watch that. It's very important for you to know that before you start embedding photos on your website. I'll see you on the next video.